The Deseret program began almost 20 years ago in Manila. We put together several teams of highly skilled Filipino surgeons with one thing in common: the desire to help those less fortunate in their society. Deseret attempts to facilitate these local doctors so that they can accomplish the help they want to give. Rather than wear ourselves thin by trying to do everything, we concentrate on specific, devastating problems: the blind, the lame, the disfigured. In other words, we're looking at the cataracts, the crossed eyes, the club feet, the cleft lips and palates. The advantage of this is that these are things which are simple to diagnose. They're predictable. Usually they require just one surgery to cure them, to fix them. And you can bring dramatic change in the quality of life to the individual. You can literally change a life.
Thank you.
At this very moment, there are millions of people around the world needlessly deprived of sight, and it can be corrected by a relatively simple and safe and short operation. There are tens of thousands suffering the ridicule and the limits to their opportunities in their lives due to cleft lips. Our challenge is to find qualified doctors with heart that are willing to make a difference in these people's lives. Next, to decide what needs to be done to increase the number of charity cases, and then to provide it. Perhaps this means providing equipment, or supplies, or funding. Maybe it's upgrade training, or eventually building a clinic of our own. In the Philippines, part of this facilitation means providing a series of pre- and post-op Deseret homes where patients can come before and return after their surgery, before it's time for them to go home. And that's what you see here. We need to make several points up front about our program and about our philosophy. First, we encourage and empower our local colleagues in a needed, well-defined charity cause. Second, we don't rely on teams of U.S. doctors making short-term visits with no opportunity for follow-up. Thirdly, we are interested in establishing permanent, ongoing, year-round programs legally registered in that particular country, with the selection of a local board to oversee our activities there. Fourth, we are a volunteer foundation with an overhead over the past 10 years of less than 3%. And five, our philosophy says that we will skip the public relations and the costly fundraising campaigns. Our money goes to patient care. We're in the charity business, not the business business. Does it work? Well, we're organized in over 18 countries. Our average surgery, and there were 17,000 of them that were done in 2004, costs less than $35 per case. And that includes our cleft lips and our club feet. That amounts to about $33 million worth of charitable care that was provided around the world in 2004. We feel that we're the most productive and efficient surgical charity in the Mountain West. What you see here is our house in Manila. It was paid for by generous donations from our U.S. partners. We housed an average of 45 people at all times. The patients and perhaps one companion all work together to clean, wash, provide food, and to support each other. We accept patients from any source, from any referral. And we don't need to do a lot of checking on their financial competence because of the kind of cases we're doing. The need is so obvious, and it would have obviously been taken care of had the patient's family had any kind of resource at all. Sometime this year in the Philippines, we will do our 40,000th patient. Around the world, the number is closer to 120,000 surgical cases that have been cared for and performed. In many countries, Deseret has also established ongoing dental care programs, often in collaboration with a dental training facility in that country. Our primary focus then would be to provide dental care to orphanages, schools, and the needy of that land. Deseret has also started programs that provide new prescription glasses for thousands annually. In the Philippines, we frequently are requested to run screening clinics to identify those with correctable problems within our limits of care. This particular clinic is being held on the island of Bohol, and it will involve a number of the local specialists, those with heart. Deseret will provide the suture, the implants, the antibiotics, whatever it may take. The local doctors will contribute their services, and if it's something really specialized, we may bring the patient to Manila or Cebu or Davao, where we have our major programs. In this case, partner hospitals here in Bohol and other areas of the Philippines have agreed to schedule and provide special rates for the patients turned up at this clinic. And I remind you that we will provide $10,000 every month for patient care, and for that we will get about 275 operations performed. Our pattern is simple. We identify patients who can be helped. We make a brief file of that patient with a photo. And thirdly, we give them a definite time and instructions to report to one of our 3 Filipino Deseret houses. From that point on, we take the ball and run with it. The bottom line, establishment of a permanent program in that country. Number 2, a large volume of cases being done. Number 3, an improved quality of life produced. And lastly, all this is being done for the average cost of $35. We invite your support because it's the right thing to do, because it's you that makes our program go. We invite you to help sponsor a country, a month, a few patients, or a particular piece of equipment. Making a difference is what we do. You can too.